Good morning, guys. Today we are going to have another class of math. But before, as always, we are going to pray. So close your eyes and bow your heads. Dear Father, thank you for all the blessings that you day by day give to us. Thank you for your protection with us and with our families. We ask you, Lord, for wisdom and knowledge to understand the topic that we are going to learn today. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So guys, before starting with the topic of today, I want you to review what we have been learning this week. And we have been learning about perimeter. And we said that perimeter is the distance that we have around a shape. Okay, so here we have a shape, it's a rectangle, and we have that this rectangle measures 4 yards from here to here, 8 yards from here to here. Now tell me, do you remember what do you have to do to find the perimeter? Okay, you have to know this one very well. For you to find the perimeter, we have to add all the sides. Let's repeat with me so you can learn it and to remember it always. Perimeter, add all the sides. Are you looking at me? Perimeter, add all the sides. That means that you have to add all the sides that you have in the perimeter. In the shape, you have to add this side plus this side plus this side and plus this side. Okay? In the perimeter, you don't have to multiply, just to add. So, let's see. What is the measurement of this side? 4 yards. Plus, what is the measurement of this side? 8 yards. Excellent. Now, what is the measurement of this side? You don't have it in there, but you know that it's the same of this one of here. So it's 4 yards. And then, what is the measurement of this side? Is the same of this one, right? 8 yards. Look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that we have to add. Remember, perimeter, add all the sides. Now let's add. 4 plus 8, 12, excellent, plus 4, 16, plus 8, 24. 24 yards. So we come and write here 24 yards. These ones are not square, are not anything else, just yards, because we are talking about perimeter. Now we have to calculate the area. So remember that perimeter is what we have around, the distance around a shape. But the area is what we have inside the shape. The square units that we have inside a shape. So we have to use a formula to calculate the area. And we say that area equals length times width. So then we substitute, who is length? 4 yards. Here you multiply. And who is width? 8 yards. Then area is going to be equal to 4 times 8, 24. 4 times 8, 32 square yards. These ones are square. Okay, so we write here the area is 32 square yards. Do you see the difference? Perimeter we add, area we multiply. And in the perimeter you have to add the 4 sides of the square. And if it's a rectangle, a triangle, so you have to add the 3 sides of the shape. Okay? So, with this review, remember perimeter you add all the sides, and area you multiply, L times width if we are talking about rectangles, or base times height if we are talking about parallelograms. And we divide the result by 2 if we are talking about triangles. Okay, so now, but today guys, the topic is not perimeter, is not area. We are going to see now volume. And I want you to see this shape that I'm going to show you right now. Now look at this shape. What difference do you notice between this shape and this one that you have in there? Do you notice a difference? Any difference? Yes, right? This one is a plane shape. And this one, this other, the blue one, is a solid shape. So when we talk about solid shape, we talk about a shape that has volume. But what is volume? So I will show you a video for you to understand better what a volume or volume is and how to calculate the volume. So let's see the video.
It might sound crazy what I'm about to teach. Some are easy, other challenging. It's represented by a V. First you find, multiply, don't forget to add a 3. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the length of the one side. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must see the width and discover the height. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the product, but that's not it. It's called the volume. You have found the volume. Don't forget it's cubic units. When it's irregular, what you gonna do? Divide that shape up into 2. Find the volumes of each one separately. Add them together, just remember, don't you forget the 3. Yeah, it's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the length of the one side. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must see the width and discover the height. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the product, but that's not it. It's called the volume. You have found the volume. Make sure it's cubic units. Hey, how much will go in? Yeah, we measure it up. How much will go in? Take a measurement. How much can go in? Yeah, we'll measure it up. How much can go in? It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the length of the one side. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must see the width and discover the height. It's called the volume. Solve the problem, you must find the product, but that's not it. It's called the volume. You have found the volume. Make sure it's cubic units.
Okay, so looking here, the first figure, that is a plane shape, it's a rectangle. We can calculate perimeter, the distance around a shape, and also we can calculate area, right? What is inside the shape. But now I want you to look at this image of here, this shape. It's a solid shape. It's a rectangular cube. So, okay, from here to here, we have this side of here is length. From here to here, we are going to have width. And from here to here, we are going to have height. Do you see that? We have length, largo, width, ancho, and height, altura. So I want you to imagine or think about our real life. In our real life, what object or what thing can be like this figure that we have in here, a plain figure? A sheet of paper. So we can find that in the sheet of paper we have one measurement, that is length, and by here we have width, lo largo y lo ancho de la página, and no more, right? Because it's a plain figure. But by the other side, we have a cube, a rectangular cube. So what in our daily life can be like that shape? Exactly, a box. And here in a box, we are going to find that the box has length, lo que mide de largo, length. We have width, lo que es, que tanto de gruesa es la caja, width. And we have height. To all these, we call it the volume. Okay, so right now we are going to learn how to calculate the volume of a solid shape. So here we are going to solve this. We are going to find the volume of this rectangular cube, and we have to use a formula. But first, let's identify the sides. By this side, we have length. By this, we have width. And by this, we have height. So the formula that we have to use for the volume is volume equals length times width times height. Then the only thing we have to do is to substitute. Who is L or length? 10 inches times who is width? 4 inches times who is height? 8 inches. So let's do it now. First we multiply 10 times 4. 10 times 4? 40. And 40 times 8? So let's do it apart. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 4, 32. So we have that 10 times 4 times 8 is 320 melones, sandías, naranjas, inches. And I want you to see this. We multiply inches by inches by inches. So we have 1, 2, 3. So the inches are going to be cubic inches, okay? Cubic inches, because this figure is a three-dimensional shape. So it's 320 cubic inches. Always the volume is going to be with cubic units. So in this case, the answer is 320 cubic inches. I want you to write this example in your notebook also. And I want you also, the first exercise that we did in the beginning, the review of perimeter and area. All that you have to have it in your notebook. So we are going to continue solving the exercises in page 123, and I want you to send me the pictures of this page and 124 also, and pictures also of your notebook. So let's solve the exercises of 123, page 123. Okay, so open your books, page 123, and we have 3 exercises that we are going to do right now. And it says, find the volume of each figure. So let's remember, I'm going to write the formula of the volume here is L times width times height. That is the formula for volume. So let's write it in here. Volume for number 1 is L times width times height. But do you have a measurement in number 1? We don't have how many centimeters or meters or yards or inches, right? But we have squares. So let's count the squares. From here to here, that is length. How many squares do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here to here we have 4. 4 squares. Or 4 units. 4 units. Now from here to here, how many do we have in the width? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to write 5 units. And from here to here, how many do we have? From here to here. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's write 3 units. So now we already have the measurements and we are going to substitute in the formula. Who is length? 4 units. 4 units times, who is width? 5 units times, who is height? 3 units. Then we multiply 4 times 5, 20. Okay, times 3. Let's do it. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 2, 6. So we have that number 1 is 60 melones, sandías, naranjas units. And those units have to be cubic units. 60 cubic units. Now I need you to stop the video and copy the process in your notebook, okay? And let's continue with number 2. In number 2, we have to find the volume also, the volume. So let's write the formula first. Volume equals L times width times height. Length times width times height. So let's find them. Who is length? What we have from here to here. How many squares do we have in there, or how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's write it in here. 5 units. Okay, sorry, let me erase that. 5 units. Now, how many do we have from here to here? Width, the width. We have 1 and 2. So let's write 2 units. And now, how many do we have from here to here? The height. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we write 4 units. So we already know that this is the length. So how many do we have in the length? 5 units times, who is width? This one of here, 2 units times, who is height? This of here, 4 units. Then we multiply 5 times 2, 10 times 4, 40 units, and those units are going to be cubic. Don't forget that. Volume is always cubic units. So in this case, we have 40 cubic units. Okay, so stop the video, copy the process in your notebook. Are you ready for number 3? Okay, so again we have a solid figure, and the first thing that we need to write is the formula. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay, but first we have to know what is length. From here to here, how many squares or units do we have? 1, 2, 3. 3 units. From here to here, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we write 5 units. And from here to here, how many do we have? 1 and 2. 2 units. So we have length, width, and height. Okay? So let's substitute. Volume equals, who is length? 3 units times, who is width? W. 5 units times, who is height? 2 units. Then we multiply 3 times 5, 15, and 15 times 2. If you don't know it, do it apart. 15 times 2, 2 times 5, 10, 2 times 1, 2, and 1, 3. 15 times 2 is 30. Melones and días. Units, and those units have to be cubic units, because we have 1, 2, 3 units. So this is the answer in number 3, 30 cubic units. So stop the video and copy the process. Remember that what we have to do is only to multiply the 3 sides. This times this times this. Just to multiply the 3 sides for finding the volume. Okay? Are you ready for the second part? Exercise number 4. So let's go. Exercise number 4, we have a chart, a table. So we are going to solve that table. Okay, here we have number 4. Complete the table. In this table, we have length, width, and height. And we have to complete the volume. But we already know that volume equals length times width times height. And here we have, for example, for the first column, let's solve for the first column. Length times width times height. Who is length? 3 yards. 3 yards times, who is width? 6 yards. 6 yards times, who is height? 8 yards. Okay? So volume is going to be 3 times 6, 18 times 8. So let's do it apart. 3 times 6, 18 times 8. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 1, 8 plus 6, 14, okay. So 40, we have that is 144 watt. Melones, sandías, naranjas, yards, and those yards have to be cubic, okay, because it's volume. Volume, the units of volume is always cubic units. So let's write it in here. 144 yards cubics or cubic yards. Remember, what did we do? We multiply length times width times height. And here we have the result, 144 yards, cubic yards. Okay, so let me erase this and let's do the second one, this one. So remember that the only thing we have to do is to multiply length times width times height. And here we have it. Length times width times height. So we are going to multiply 2 times 6, 12 times 1, 12. 12 what? Feet, and those feet are going to be cubic, okay? 12 cubic feet. Let's continue with the third one. So, length times width times height. 27 times 9 times 15. Here we cannot do it immediately. We have to do it step by step. So we are going to multiply first because we don't know the timetable of 27. So let's do it apart. 27 times 9. 27 times 9. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 2, 18 plus 6, 24. Okay, but look, here we multiply 27 times 9. 27 times 9. Now we have to multiply the result times 15. That means that we have to multiply 243 times 15. 5 times 3, 8. 15. Cortar. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20 and 1, 21. 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12. Then we leave a space and we continue with number 1. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 4, 4. And 1 times 2, 2. Then we have to add that. 5 and 0, 5. 1 and 3, 4. 2 plus 4, 6. 1 plus 2, 3. So here we have the answer. 645 watt. Melones, sandías, inches, and those inches have to be cubic inches. Okay, now let's continue with the next one. Let me erase this. So remember the formula. Volume is length times width times height. And here we have it. Length is 6 times width, that is 2 times height, that is 5. 6 times 2, 12 times 5, 12 times 5. You have to know the timetable of 12, but let's do it apart. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 1, 5 and 1, 6. So 60, how have to be the units? Cubic. 60 cubic yards, because we have 1, 2, 3 yards that we are multiplying. Okay, remember that each time that we do an exercise, you have to pause the video or stop the video, copy the process, and you can continue with the other one. So stop the video, copy the process, and let's continue with the last one. Okay, did you do it? So we have to multiply 4 times 12 times 25. Let's do it one by one. 4 times 12, or 12 times 4, that is easier. 4 times 2, 8, and 4 times 1, 4. So 4 times 12 is 48. But now we have to multiply 48 times 25. I think we are not going to have enough space in there, so we are going to do it in here. 48 times 25. Okay, this one we are going to do it in here. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 4, 20 plus 4, 24. Now we leave a space, and we continue with number 2. 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. Then we sum, or we add that. 0 plus 0, 0. 4 plus 6, 10. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 9, 12. Okay, so we have that 4 times 12 times 25 is 1,200 what? Feet, and those feet have to be cubic. Okay, so let's erase this, but after you copy it, okay? So if you didn't copy it, return to the video and copy the process, okay? So remember, guys, what we did here was to apply the formula volume equals L times width times height. We have to multiply L times width times height, and we have them in here, length times width times height. And here we have the result, the volume, and volume. Okay, that is what you have to do. So the same that we did in here is what you have to do in the other page, 124. From you have to solve in that page. Let me see. So here you have the activity you have to solve, page 124, exercises from 1 to 4. From 1 to 3, you are going to find the shapes, so you have to count the squares, like the first one that we did. And in number 4, you are going to have a table. In that table, you have to multiply the three amounts that you have in there. Length times width times height. Remember to apply the formula, okay? So, I will be waiting for page 123, the notebook, page 124, and the notebook also, because I need to see the process, okay? So see you tomorrow. Bye.